Snap to A-Rod, lofts the middle and into the end zone. Oh, sensational one-handed grab by Randall Cobb.
Time now, pressured and sacked by Khalil Mack. His 4th sack in the NFL.
Just a few of the guys you will see right now on NFL.com if you check out Dan the Manzis Hansis' Superstar Club of 2015. Who's making a grand entrance? Who's getting booty out this year? Well, here to talk about that is the man himself, Mr. Hansis.
The Manzis.
The Manzis. I like that. Has anybody called you that before?
Never before, but let's start something.
Let's start talking about some of the guys who are headed into the Superstar Club. You got one Matt Ryan, an Atlanta guy who, as you wrote, has been on the cusp for years. This year, he gets in.
Yeah, I think with Matt Ryan, for years he's been kind of on the precipice of superstardom, and maybe there's a reason. Maybe he's in the Hall of Very Good, but you get excited about him when you think about Kyle Shanahan coming in. Everywhere Shanahan has been as offensive coordinator, he's made the running game work better. He knows how to work a line and a running back group well, and I think helping the running game will be a big help for Matt Ryan, who just needs that little more support to take the next leap.
Yeah, it does feel like he's one of those guys, you give him a little bit of a run game and he could do wonders in the passing game on top of what he's already capable of. But if you put a guy in the Superstar Club, you got to take a guy out. That means Larry Fitzgerald. It's been nice having you.
Yeah, I made up this club entirely, so nobody should be hurt by it. But it is a zero-sum game, so somebody's got to go. Larry Fitzgerald has been a great ambassador of the game. Everybody loves Larry Fitzgerald, but he has not had a 1,000-yard season since 2011. And, he's a guy that's been slowed by injuries. He's going to be 32 this season. At a certain point, you have to look at him a little bit differently. I mean, if you want to be a bad guy, which I'm not, and I know you're not, you could say he's the 3rd best wide receiver on his team now, behind Michael Floyd and John Brown. I wouldn't go that far, but he's not a clear number 1, in my opinion, by any stretch.
Yeah, he can still be good, but great. That's what you want in the Superstar Club. You want great.
Yeah, you transcendent, Hall of Fame level talent, and he was that at one point. Remember when he tore the league apart in the 2008 playoffs? But I think those days are gone. Still a good complimentary player, but no longer a superstar.
A little bit of a Saints theme to our next 2 players coming in, coming out. Here's a guy coming in, C.J. Spiller, moving to New Orleans.
Yeah, and a lot of times a player is not a superstar in one place, can be in another, and it's because of the scheme. And Sean Payton is a guy that excels at getting the ball to playmakers in space. You saw him do it with Reggie Bush in the past. You saw him do it with Darren Sproles in the past. And I think Spiller is a superior player. And we saw, it's been a while ago, but in 2012 with Buffalo, Spiller put up 1,500 total yards. He was one of the best running backs in the league. He can be that guy again, even with Mark Ingram in the picture.
So as a guy comes in, a guy goes out, and like I said, a Saints theme, the guy leaving New Orleans, headed to Seattle via trade, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, I mean, this one could be the one that makes me delete this article from our system when he has 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns
I've
this year.
got it printed out right here, buddy.
Yeah, oh no. But there's a couple of reasons. Number one, Graham, as good as he is, if you look at his season production in recent years, at 100%, there's really no one else that compares to him other than maybe Gronk in terms of stats. But when he's hurt, he's just not the same guy. So you factor that in. Now you factor in the scheme shift. And you say Seattle is the best running team in football. He's got a whole new scheme to learn, a new quarterback, a whole new lifestyle change. Mm-hmm. And I think even for 1 year, this could be a situation where he's on the other side of the velvet ropes of the Superstar Club.
Well, if you are the Seattle Seahawks, you look at Jimmy Graham's production, you say, here's a guy who led the league in touchdown receptions for a tight end the past 2 years. But again, fewest pass attempts in the league for the Seahawks. A great argument as to why Jimmy Graham may be on the outside looking in 2015.